Section 1, Listening Comprehension. In this section of the test, you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your ability to understand conversations and talks in English. There are 3 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Answer all the questions on the basis of what is stated or implied by the speakers you hear. Do not take notes or write in your test book at any time. Do not turn the pages until you are told to do so. Part A. Directions. In Part A, you will hear short conversations between 2 people. After each conversation, you will hear a question about the conversation. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Go on to Part A. Now we will begin Part A with the first conversation. Number 1.
Karen says her shoulder doesn't hurt today.
She'd better have it looked at by a doctor anyway.
What does the man think Karen should do? Number 2.
Shall we set the tent up?
Yes, right away. Then we better start a fire. It's cold out here.
Where does this conversation most probably take place? Number 3.
This apartment isn't in very good shape.
It's the worst one I've seen.
What does the woman mean? Number 4.
Do you know where I can have my clothes cleaned?
Why not wash them yourself? There's a laundromat on 3rd Street.
What does the woman mean? Number 5.
Do you mind if I borrow your vacuum to clean out my car?
No problem.
What does the man mean? Number 6.
Are you going to take 6 classes again this fall?
Not on your life.
What does the man mean? Number 7.
Both of our rear tires have gone flat.
What?
What does the woman mean? Number 8.
How did Carol's cake turn out?
I don't know. Why don't we try some and see?
What does the man say about the cake? Number 9.
How about some ice cream?
No, thanks. I'm watching my weight.
What does the man mean? Number 10.
Dr. Olson, do you think I could take my exam a few days ahead of schedule?
I'm sorry. That's out of the question.
What does Dr. Olson mean? Number 11.
Did you like the joke Professor Stapp told before class this morning?
I'd heard it 100 times already.
What does the woman mean by her response? Number 12.
You sing beautifully.
Well, I guess I can carry a tune all right, but I could certainly never be an opera star.
What does the man say about his musical talent? Number 13.
There should be 24 sandwiches in the picnic basket.
Is that counting the ones I brought too?
What is the man asking? Number 14.
This heat is really getting to me.
Me too. What would you say to a swim?
What does the woman mean? Number 15.
Professor Larson doesn't accept late papers.
Neither does Professor Andrews.
What does the woman mean? Number 16.
Would you rather stay home tonight?
Oh, let's go ahead and go out. I'll get my second wind.
What does the woman want to do? Number 17.
I can't figure out how to turn off the coffee machine.
Did you check the instructions? They're printed on the back.
What does the woman think the man should do? Number 18.
I just heard that starting tomorrow, students will no longer be allowed to use the gym for free.
If I were you, I'd speak to the athletic department about that. That kind of policy doesn't really seem fair.
What does the man suggest the woman do? Number 19.
Those new drapes are gorgeous.
Thanks. They're practical too. My heating bill has gone way down since I put them in.
What does the man mean? Number 20.
John sure seems happy with his new bicycle.
He really got a good deal on it at the bike sale.
What does the man mean? Number 21.
We're going to get something to eat now. Aren't you coming?
I just finished a sandwich.
What does the man imply? Number 22.
Isn't Professor Larson the only faculty member in the English department who has written a book?
Far from it. There are a number of others who've done a lot of publishing.
What does the woman mean? Number 23.
We really ought to find a place to store all of these books.
Maybe we should get some bookcases.
What problem do the speakers have? Number 24.
I guess I'm going to have to take George to the airport.
Why don't you get someone else to do it?
What does the woman suggest the man do? Number 25.
I hear you're going to take the 6-week French immersion class this summer. Did you get a grant to help pay for it?
Are you kidding? I have to pay for all of my own tuition, not to mention my room and board.
What does the man say about the immersion class? Number 26.
I don't like the looks of those clouds.
I wouldn't worry about them. If it starts to rain, we'll just move our picnic indoors.
What does the woman mean? Number 27.
It's going to take me several days to revise this research paper.
Unfortunately, it's due tomorrow.
What does the man mean? Number 28.
Listen to this. The Student Association is going to nominate you for class president.
Oh, no. Are you kidding?
What does the man mean? Number 29.
Paul didn't show up at the meeting today.
I know. What I want to know is if he finished that report he promised.
What does the woman mean? Number 30.
We're ready to leave for the theater now. Aren't you coming?
I'll catch up. I'm waiting for Jane.
What does the man imply? This is the end of Part A. Go on to Part B. Part B. Directions. In this part, you will hear longer conversations. After each conversation, you will hear several questions. The conversations and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Remember, you are not allowed to take notes or write in your test book. Now we will begin Part B with the first conversation. Questions 31 through 34. Listen to a conversation about moving.
Do you have much left to do before you go?
Not too much. Right now I'm cleaning one last time, trying to get everything in shape.
You know, I've been meaning to tell you that I'd be glad to help you with that in any way I can.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Actually, I'm almost finished. But if you have a minute right now, I'd like to ask you to help me move the bed so I can clean under it.
Sure. You certainly are doing a thorough job.
I don't think anyone should have to move into someone else's mess.
I agree. Do you need a hand with anything else?
Well, not for now, I don't think. But would you mind giving me a ride to the airport tomorrow morning?
No problem.
Number 31. Where does this conversation take place? Number 32. What does the man offer to do? Number 33. From the conversation, what can be inferred about the woman? Number 34. How will the woman get to the airport? Questions 35 through 38. Listen to a conversation between two friends.
I thought you were going to start recycling, but I see you've put all your bottles and cans in the trash again. Did you change your mind?
Well, I started saving all the cans and bottles I use, but I found it so time-consuming. I mean, clear glass and brown glass and green glass all have to be separated for recycling. Then, as if that's not bad enough, some kinds of plastic containers can be recycled while others can't. So they have to be very carefully sorted too, and, well, it just didn't seem worth it.
But it really is worth it. Using the same materials over and over again can help save the environment. It can also save you money.
Okay, I know you're right. I'll start recycling again today. Now let's take that walk you promised me.
Number 35. What had the man thought at first? Number 36. From the conversation, what can we assume that recycling means? Number 37. Why doesn't the woman think recycling is a good idea? Number 38. What does the woman promise to do? This is the end of Part B. Go on to Part C. Part C. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several talks. After each talk, you will hear some questions. The talks and questions will not be repeated. After you hear a question, read the 4 possible answers in your test book and choose the best answer. Then, on your answer sheet, find the number of the question and fill in the space that corresponds to the letter of the answer you have chosen. Now we will begin Part C with the first talk. Questions 39 through 42.
Listen to a lecture by an English professor about English as a universal language.
Now I would like to move away from the early history of the English language and talk a bit about how widespread the use of English is in today's world. There is no doubt that English has become a universal language. Today, English is used by at least 750 million people around the world, either as a first or a second language. The huge Oxford English Dictionary lists about 500,000 English words. A further 500,000 technical and scientific words, most of them very new and often changing in meaning as they become more widely used, remain uncatalogued. 3/4 of the world's mail, telexes, and cables are in English. More than half of the world's technical and scientific periodicals are in English. 80% of the information stored in the world's computers is in English. English is the official language of aviation and of shipping. It is the official language of the Olympic Games. This rise of English to international prominence is particularly remarkable considering that the language didn't exist 2,000 years ago when the Romans conquered Britain. Tomorrow, we will trace the rise and occasional decline of English through the centuries and try to pinpoint some reasons for its widespread use today. For homework, I would like you to read Chapter 3 of your text and jot down any evidence you can think of to suggest that English is, indeed, a global language.
Number 39.
What was the speaker's earlier topic?
Number 40.
According to the speaker, why doesn't the Oxford English Dictionary include every word currently used in English?
Number 41.
According to the speaker, why is the rise of English as a world language so remarkable?
Number 42.
What does the speaker want to talk about tomorrow?
Questions 43 through 46. Listen to a talk given to a group of new international students.
Hi, welcome to State College. My name is Suzanne Irish, and I'm a senior here at the college, studying business and administration. I'm originally from New York, but I've grown to love Vermont very much, so I consider it my home, and I hope that you will too. I work for the International Student Advisor, Mrs. Stoke, whom you have just had the pleasure of meeting. If you have a problem and need assistance, you can always call or find me. I'm in Mrs. Stoke's office from about 3 to 6 p.m., or you can call me at home. My home number is listed in the folder I've just passed out. Let's look together at that folder now. In the left side pocket, you will find information about the college, including important schedules and phone numbers. Please note the hours that the cafeteria is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, notice that the bookstore opens at 8:30 a.m. and that it closes at 4:30 p.m. sharp. A piece of advice, the hours never change, so don't plan on going to the bookstore after 4:30. Also, included in this side of your folder are descriptions and schedules for the classes you'll be taking. Another piece of advice, try to be on time to class. You might want to set your watch ahead by 10 minutes if you're the type of person that always runs late. On the right-hand side of the folder, I have placed tourist pamphlets on Vermont for you to read or save for your parents when they come to visit you. I especially recommend the Blue Map of Vermont and the Seasonal Guide because they both give information on a wide range of restaurants, museums, and attractions in Vermont. If you would like to discuss any of the attractions with me, I'm always available. Oh, we've run out of time. We should get ready to go on our campus tour.
Number 43. Who is Suzanne Irish? Number 44. What is the purpose of Suzanne's talk? Number 45. What two pieces of advice does Suzanne give the students? Number 46. What is going to happen now? Questions 47 through 50. Listen to a radio talk about robins.
The American robin, a member of the thrush family of birds, can be found throughout most of North America. It is commonly seen on neighborhood lawns, where it runs to and fro looking for juicy worms and tasty insects. In the fall, many robins migrate from the north to spend the winter in the warmer climate of southern states. However, not all robins migrate that far or that direction. Some birds migrate east or west rather than from north to south. In the spring, males arrive back in the north before the females to select nesting territories. Once the females arrive and a male has successfully acquired a mate, construction of the nest begins. Robins' nests are neatly molded cavities of mud and sticks, which are lined with soft grass and down from the breast of the female. Robins' nests can be found in a variety of locations, including trees, window ledges, and even on the tops of outdoor lamps. The female lays between 4 and 6 bluish-green eggs. Once laid, the eggs need to incubate for 12 to 15 days before they hatch. While the female does most of the incubating, sitting on the eggs day and night to keep them warm, the male does relieve her from time to time so that she can eat. It is common for a pair of robins to produce 2 sets of eggs in one summer session.
Number 47. What does the robin eat? Number 48. Why do many robins fly south in the winter? Number 49. Why does the male robin arrive back in the north before the female does? Number 50. Why does the male robin relieve the female during incubation? This is the end of Section 1 of TOEFL Practice Test. Stop work on Section 1 now.